Hey everybody, I'm making a order for a customer and I just thought I would go live and share it with you. This is what we're making today, this little galvanized sign, and I'm going to be putting some vinyl on that, and I've got it all cut out and I'm going to weed it for you and show you how to put it on. So let me get the camera pointed down so you can see what I'm working on. Okay, so I've got my vinyl here and I'm gonna just, let me grab my little tool. See, and I said I wasn't gonna be a hot mess today, and of course I don't have my tool. Hang on one second. Hang with me, guys. I'll let everybody have a chance to pop in and get on so they can see what we're doing. Okay, can y'all see that? I'm gonna refresh my screen so I can make sure it's showing up. How are y'all doing today? Is anybody making anything fun today? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I've got some black vinyl cut out. It's on my cutting mat. This is Oracle 651, I believe. It's the exterior glossy vinyl. And so I'm going to go ahead and weed my design. This little piece down here is like a mint color. I can't think of the exact color, but this is also the same kind of vinyl. This is the vinyl that I use for all my adhesive projects. I always use the Oracle 651. It works really well. It's very durable. It doesn't usually peel up. You can't put it in the dishwasher. If you put it on glasses, it should not go in the dishwasher, but it's generally pretty durable. You can put it on cars and things like that. Okay, so because I've got, you can't see what my design is yet, but because I've got several words on here, I'm going to go ahead and take my little X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut around the words, and that way I can weed them individually. So when I cut on here, I'm not pushing all the way through because I don't want to cut through the white backing. Like I don't want to cut all the way through this, but I want to cut through the black to the backing. And that's something you kind of just, you learn how much pressure that you need to apply when you're doing it. It just takes a little bit of practice, but it's pretty easy. And this little sign says, "Bless our nest." Okay, and then I've got a little flourish at the bottom, and I think that should be good. So that's all cut. Okay, so I'm just going to start pulling the ends up. You just kind of pull slowly. Make sure not to tear it. All right, so that's the little flourish at the bottom. And then just going to go around each of these words. And just be careful not to pull up the wrong thing. Just kind of take my tool, and you have to look at it in the light. Y'all probably can't see what I'm seeing because I'm kind of moving my head so I can see the light reflecting on the words so I can tell, you know, where to pull it. And then I'm going to get the inside of the letters out. And then this next section. If you're coming in and watching, say hi. Tell me where you're from. Sorry about the sniffling. I've had the worst sinus congestion this week. It's driving me crazy. I get a headache every night from it. And it helps to weed when you've got your vinyl still on your cutting mat because it holds the backing down for you. And I just kind of pick it up and hook it on my finger like that. Okay, and I know that's upside down to y'all, so when I get done, I'll turn it around. Hey Nancy, how are you? From Iowa, wow. I am in Virginia. I'm gonna weed my little heart. Okay, so we've got all that weeded. And I wanna put it, when I made this, I measured, my sign is, I'll turn it the right way for y'all with the little hanger on top. I got this at Walmart. I think it was like maybe $5.99. Just a galvanized steel sign already cut out. It's about maybe 9.5 inches square. So I designed my decal to be about 8.5 inches square to fit in there. And I'm just going to take my transfer tape. This is my giant roll of transfer tape that I use for everything that I bought years ago. And I run a business, a vinyl business, and I still have a long, long time with this roll of vinyl. It just is a huge amount and it'll last a really, really long time. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. I usually cut a piece and I lay it down on top. But the easier way to do it if you're a beginner is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel up my decal. Set that aside. Okay, so then I'm just going to get my cutting mat out of the way so it's not sticking to everything. And I'm going to roll this out. So I've got my sticky side up. Hey, Jeannie. Is it Jeannie or Jean? Tell me. I'm not sure if you can. Just tell me if it has an E at the end of it, if I pronounce the E. I haven't been sure. Jean and I are going to a fun crafting event coming up here soon. All right, so I'm going to lay this face down. So I've got, this is sticky. Okay, so sticky side up, and then I'm laying my decal down. And then I'll go ahead and put, trying to make sure I'm still on camera. Trying to go ahead and put my little heart down here. So I've got that too. And then I'm just going to cut that out. And separate this. So we'll have that little piece go on afterwards. And I would have just, if I was just doing this without videoing, I would have just used a little scrap of the transfer tape. I wouldn't even have needed to, I probably would have needed to cut a big piece for this, but for that little heart I just would have used a scrap because you can use it over and over again. Okay, so I'm smoothing this down. This is just my little scraper, squeegee, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to smooth that down really good. And then starting at the corner, and it's already looking like it's not going to pick everything up, so I just usually use my fingernail and just kind of make sure, it's being stubborn, make sure that it's going to pick all this up and it's not leaving any little pieces down. And you want to make sure that you're kind of careful that you don't make it stick to itself, because if you make it stick to itself, you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So keep it from, you know, folding back up on itself. And it just peels right up. Okay. And then the same thing with my little heart. Can y'all see that? Okay, so I've got the little heart and I'll set that aside. All right. And again, I know it's upside down to y'all, but I'll show you at the end what it looks like. Okay, so then I'm gonna put my sign here, and I've got it laying on my my measuring mat back here, so I just kind of make sure that it's straight. But when I put it on here, I'm really just kind of eyeballing it. I have a pretty good eye for straight usually, so I just kind of try to, whoops, line it up. And I want to bend it up a little bit like this so that the middle of it is what's going to touch first, so it doesn't get folded up on itself. And I just try to make sure that it's straight. And I think that looks good. And then just let it lay down. And then we're going to use the little squeegee tool again. And just smooth this down. All right. And then I'm going to slowly peel my transfer tape up. Just make sure I'm not pulling any of the decal with it. You can kind of rock it back and forth a little bit if that helps. All right, there we go, just like that. Let's set this piece aside because I can reuse that. I've got pieces of transfer tape laying all over the place. It's kind of getting ridiculous. I probably need to throw some of it away because you can use it several times before you have to trash it. Okay, then I've got my little heart, and that's going to go right down here in the middle of the flourish, the little leaves. And just smooth that down and peel it up. And we've got our little sign. Isn't that cute? Okay, so then of course I have to do a bow, because I like to put a bow on everything. So I'm going to make a bow to go on there. And actually, I should have plugged my hot glue gun in. I'm going to plug it in real quick. I can probably just tie it on there, but I guess for video's sake, I will just tie it on, or I'll hold it on there so y'all can see it. I don't need it to make the bow. Okay, so I've got my big roll of burlap. This is 6-inch burlap. I'm just going to cut this piece off because this is a brand new roll and this piece is folded up. Okay, so then just going to kind of eyeball this. I don't want it too big, covering up the wording. All right, so about that much. So let's see, that is about 18 inches. All right, and then I'm just going to fold that over like that and flip it over this way. And then I'm going to take some of this polka dotted ribbon and I'll get 2 pieces of that. And then I'm going to flag the ends of it. So what I'm going to do is just fold it so that the open end is like that, and then just snip it on each end. Whoops. Get that little, okay. So then we've got our little flagged ends just like that. Okay, so then I'm going to crisscross those and get a piece of jute twine. Hey Melissa, how are you? And then one more thing, I'm going to take a little bit of this raffia. Let's see. I'll cut some of that. Okay, so just some of this raffia. I just think this is kind of farmhouse looking, and I'm going to put that right across here, and we're going to snip it at the end and just trim it up a little bit, give it a haircut. Okay, and then I've got, where did my little piece go that I cut? I don't know where it went. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a piece of this jute twine. I thought I already cut a piece. I don't know. I'm losing my mind, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to pinch up the middle, just like this, and then kind of pinch it up 3 times. And put my twine down, and then I'm going to flip it over and tie a really tight knot in the back. tie it really tight. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of fluff it a little bit, make sure that all the pieces aren't going crazy, and then give it a little bit of a haircut so we don't have all these crazy pieces flying everywhere. Okay, so that's our little farmhouse bow. Cut a little bit more of that off. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue this on, and like I said, I didn't heat up my hot glue gun, so it's going to go like this and just hang like that. So I'll put the camera up so I can hold it up and y'all can see. Thank you, Jeannie. So it's just going to go like this. And I'll kind of glue it up high, or actually, you know what, I'll probably put it on this side so it's not covering up the bee. So if I put it over here, then you can see the bless a little bit better. So there it is. That's the sign. Please share my video if you guys don't mind. And actually, I'm going to give away a decal. This decal, if you like my page and share this video, I'm going to give away a decal just like this. So it will come with the transfer tape. Thank you, Nancy. It'll come with the transfer tape already on it and instructions for how to apply it. It'll be all cut out for you, and you can apply it to, you know, a sign or a frame or whatever. So just comment shared so I know you shared, and make sure you like my page so I can find you. And I will draw a name the day after tomorrow, and I will send you a private message, and you'll know that that you're the winner. And also, this decal is for sale on my Etsy shop. So if you guys click over there, you'll see the decal for sale there. So thank you. Thanks for sharing, guys. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.